Hello, hello. Welcome to another shitty ass microphone walkthrough of how to do something in RuneScape that's been out for a while. Today, I'm going to do the Gargoyle boss. Now, if you take a look at my inventory, you'll notice that the common mistake most people make is forgetting something to smash a gargoyle with. So, why don't we go to the bank first? We started recording. This is a live walkthrough, so fuck it. We're not going to cut nothing out, keeping it real. So, you're going to want something to smash the gargoyle with. I guess there's where we'll start, is bring something to smash the gargoyle with. For instance, rock thrown hammers. Alright. You're going to want a Slayer ring. We'll go ahead and go through the whole walkthrough of gear here. So, Slayer ring is to get there, because they're in the top of the Slayer Tower in Mortania. Crystal Dust is in the event that I actually do get lucky enough to get the Super Combat and Ranging Post and drop from the boss. I can combine that with them to make more Divine Pots, so that's kind of nice to bring. Home tabs, because I'm retarded and can't manage to get 99 construction. And the rune pouch has elks, because there's a lot of rune drops for this boss. And it is an instance with like a no, I don't know, maybe after like 30 minutes something disappears on the ground, but as far as I know, you can leave stuff on the ground there too. So if you want to like drop your brews because you haven't really had to use them, you can go ahead and do that. That's why I'm kind of hit or miss on the inventory really, because it kind of depends on how hard you want to try. It's like a lot of bosses in this game. Like if you want to flick and be more preservative of the things you have, you probably could do with less of these, more of these, or more of these, because you don't really want to brew too much. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss. I'm sure there's a perfect lineup for it. There's the gear Discord that I kind of use their setup a bit for and added some stuff. Like they don't have you bring in pegs, but I like to go for PBs and stuff. So I feel like if it means I'm bringing one less food to possibly get a new PB, I'll definitely bring those. Um, as far as your setup for like, you know, if you can't afford this gear, obviously, there's still plenty of ways to do it. You definitely do not need max gear to do this boss at all. Like, you could substitute this with God hides for sure. You could just take these off and wear only these, or D boots, or you could only wear blessed boots, whichever you want to do. A lot of times, a lot of setups I used before I had enough to afford this is I would just wear the God D hides and not have Bandos or Armado. I would have, like, for instance, I don't think I have any God D hides in here, or Dragon hides. Hold on, maybe. Nope. Alright, well, you get the point. I would substitute the hides for this and only bring like amulets, gloves, stuff that boosts the offensive stat that I'm using currently. And it kind of made it so you could bring a little bit more. As far as the spec weapon goes, claws and SGS are probably better than both of what I have, but I can't really afford either. I've recently lost a little bit of bank, and yep, we don't have Ancestral right now, which is pretty annoying. I'm missing like my Kodai and my Arcane. So a little bit of a rebuild going on. You know, rebuilds are fun though, in my opinion. That's what like keeps me wanting to play the game is if I have like a goal. And maxing is burning me out like extremely, so having a boss to kill is pretty nice, but I don't really want to ramble on here too much, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of what I had, and we will get on to the boss fight. Hopefully everybody's doing all right with the whole Corona craziness going on. My personal thoughts are probably just like everybody else's, at least if you're in the United States. Wash your hands and turn off the news, because the fucking media is just insane. They don't want anybody to be positive about the possibility of this not being the end of the world, man. So, but I'm not going to get all political on everybody. So you're going to want to pray mage there, by the way, for the specters, because they're pretty annoying. And obviously make sure you have your Slayer helmet on, or they're going to drain your levels to dog shit. So this is the room. In case you didn't see, I went in the staircase that's right here by the upstairs gargoyles. I usually will drop, honestly, like most of my brews, because there's no way I'm going to need more than that throughout a kill. Just so I have room for stuff as I'm alching or whatever, and if I need it, I can pick it up, because like I said, it doesn't disappear as far as I know. So we're going to hit our divine pot, and then we're going to ring this bell. You used to have to just watch this animation thing that somebody designed. I don't know, me and my buddy laugh about it all the time, because somebody spent like hours designing that cutscene, and as soon as this shit came out, nobody wanted to watch it at all more than once. They're like, oh, that's cool. So, quick start. You're going to want to pray range. And this guy's going to pop up over here. So we're going to start blowpiping him. Now I like to walk towards this wall over here to separate the time between this guy meeting me. And when he does, we pray melee. Now this is where you can either flick or not, I guess. If you want to, go ahead. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You know, I mean, it's kind of up to you. And it looks like they're on the same tick right now. So I'm going to try to get under him. Now they're going to move anyways, so. But yeah, so they stay there for just a second until he gets to like lower HP. Well, she. Sorry, ma'am. She gets to a certain HP and then they do this, and you're going to want to avoid these. They kind of pop up randomly. So when he spawns here, you're going to get in your melee. Get ready to give him a couple specs. You don't want to be standing too close to him when he does that. Go ahead and spec him again if you want. Now, he, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I don't pray melee and it seems like he doesn't hit very hard. I'm not sure what he maxes through here, but I'll pray melee usually just because, but literally just click him and stand there after he does that original thing that you gotta watch out for. So then they do this again. So here we are dodging these. Now this part, you can pray melee, start attacking this. As soon as he attacks you, stand under him, pray range, jump out, pray melee. Now they should be off tick. And this is where in a PB run, you're definitely going to just ignore those things that will heal the boss and hopefully blowpipe this thing to death. And right now I'm hitting very bad, so we will see. The race against time. Please! No, this game sucks. That's the one downside to having the thrown axe, is it seems like sometimes it just is so fucking slow at throwing it at this thing. Like, there's times where it could have totally done it if I was like standing right next to it with the rock hammer, but... And then there's other times where it seems like he'll just whip the thing out. I don't know what the fuck, but... So once you finally do enough damage to her to kill her, he's gonna do his shit where he like absorbs her or something. I don't know, he turns into this big fucker. So you're going to want to run out of this. You don't want to stay in there. It's definitely able to hit 52. I don't know what it maxes. I think it's somewhere in the high 50s, maybe even 60s. So he's either going to range you or melee you here. And as of right now, he just did a melee. But there's no telling what he's going to do. So like, range maxes a 15. So right now, I like to flick redemption after. So like, if he melees me, I'm good. And if he ranges and the first hit is big enough, it'll hit me down to where my redemption will go off. So, I don't know. Just in case. Alright, the kill. What's the loot? Pet for the video, please. Ugh, game sucks. Alright, so we'll do another kill before I end the video, just so I can, in case I missed anything that I didn't get to explain. Or, well, better yet, we'll do another kill as if it's a speed run. And I won't really try to explain so much, because it's kind of hard to do in-depth type stuff as well as talk about what I'm doing. So, like for instance, Divine Combat 4. I didn't even drink it. So, you know, stuff like that. So, we're going to go ahead and repot back up and hopefully get a PB here. So, here we go. Big fat no chance of a PB. I can already tell if blowpipe hits. Shit flicks. Yeah, I don't know. This is one little nifty thing you can do. You can, if you stand like right here and spec it and then switch to your scythe, you can get 2 hits off. Like, before it does this. And then just step back. That's always a nice little bit of DPS to where if my blowpipe hit how it should have earlier, this could have been a PB. Halley go? Ooh, not a bad Halley, actually. At least the first number. Stupid ass fucking blobs. Yes. Wow. I couldn't have been possibly more fucked to try to set up his off tick. He just like followed me. See, like right there, he just whipped the fucker out. He's like, I don't know what what the fuck, man? Alright, what do you got for me? Bad DDS, that's pretty sweet. Bad Scythe. And dead! What a perfect end to a guide. And you know what? Like I said, we ain't cutting shit out, boys. Welcome and goodbye, and thank you for watching my scuffed ass walkthrough of how to do a shitty boss that's been out for probably well over a year or two. Like and subscribe.